Adam Shapiro proves that leadership doesn't come with age, it comes with courage. As a student at Cornell, where others saw division, he stood up and built bridges, founding Startup Nation Mentorship to connect the world's most promising young global leaders to Israel. As an investor at Oak Tree Capital, Adam continues to lead, combining professional excellence with a deep commitment to Jewish life and values. Through his work, he's inspired a new generation to step forward with purpose and shape the future with confidence and pride. Tonight, we present Adam with the Young Leadership Award for showing that Jewish leadership isn't about waiting, it's about doing.
When Levi and I think of Adam, there's one word that comes to mind: mensch. Actually, two words: Übermensch. Adam is an Übermensch, which is, by the way, it's like a highbrow menschness. He's always humble, always modest, always downplaying his immense achievements and contributions, and that's even without the Canadian accent. Adam, the many guests that have come here tonight to share this celebration with you is a testament to your dedication to your family and friends, to the Jewish people, and to the land of Israel. It is our distinct honor to present our dear friend and partner, Adam Shapiro, with the Young Professional Leadership Award. We're going to read the inscription. Young Leadership Award, Adam Shapiro, Kos Shel Bracha, Cup of Blessing, Varikosi Lachem Bracha Ad Bli Dai, and may your cup overflow with infinite blessings. 25th of Adar, Tafshin Pei He, March 25th, 2025, Chabad Young Professionals.
Well, thank you so much to Rabbi and Rebbetzin Schmotkin, who have become not only dear friends and teachers and mentors to me, but also family. You know, living in New York, spending 4 years here with them, so many Shabbat meals, Torah lessons, incredibly meaningful experiences together that have really shaped me into the person I am today. And I'm so grateful for this award. So thank you. I'd be remiss not to thank a few other incredibly special people who came long distances to be here, including my amazing family, my parents, and my best friend, my twin brother, Justin. He's a surgeon, believe it or not, so if anyone has a medical issue, he can help. We also have in the room someone who came from a very far place, but a place we all love, Israel, the youngest ever partner at Sequoia, Dean Mayer. Wow. And, you know, it's unbelievable. They took a guy from South Africa, you know, to run Israel, to be on the ground for Sequoia, and he's already proven himself, and very grateful for Dean to be here. We also have, you know, the Startup Nation Mentorship team, one of the best people for mining and minerals in Canada, in the Maritimes. Alex Ross flew in from Halifax, so thank you, Alex. And we have a whole contingency from Panama, and I'm just so blessed to celebrate this recognition with all of you. A lot of my friends asked me, when I sent them this link to come to this dinner about a month ago, they said, well, you know, why are you getting honored tonight? You know, you didn't co-found Palantir, you did not seed SpaceX. And my response was, I guess, I mean, Peril, Rebbetzin, Schmotkin just said, Adam's a mensch. That's really what I responded, because I wasn't so sure if I was worthy to be on stage with Sean and Joe. So really look up to both of you, and excited for all that you will continue to do to support and stand up for the Jewish people in Israel. So thank you both. I'm going to say something a little bit untraditional or unorthodox, which is, I often, thank God for the anti-Semitism and anti-Israel bias I experienced when I was in college. Now, why is that? When I think back to, World War II, that led to a lot of nuclear innovation. When you think about the Cold War, that led to major advancements in getting man to the moon. When you think about even today, the rivalry with China, that's exacerbated, and Sean can speak to this, big advancements in AI. And I think for the Jewish people, having tension for our people today has led us to think big and try to change the trajectory of our destiny in big ways. And when I was on college, my first Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel Independence Day, the Cornell Falafel Fest, 40 anti-Israel students showed up, fell to the floor, were painted in red, and held up genocide and said, "We're the IDF and we killed them." And I was so upset by that. I thought, what is going on? These are Cornell students who had to get great SAT scores to be here, and they decided to do this. And this was in 2017. So I went to my non-Jewish friends. I thought those are probably the most important people I wanted to educate about Israel. And I said, want to come to this lecture by this colonel from the IDF that I'm hosting? And literally 98% of them said no. I thought, we have to change this. So I decided, let's get the heads of Goldman Sachs, Google, Apple, Wiz, and Waze in Israel to be one-on-one career mentors to non-Jewish students, top students. We started at Cornell in 2018. We're now on 30 college campuses across the US, Canada, and the UK. We have over 3,000, thank you. We have over 3,000 alumni, thank God, and we have a team of 80 people, and it's led now, we have a whole young professionals program. And what I ultimately was seeking to do was, we need to make sure that the next generation of leaders, both Jewish and not Jewish, understand and have a relationship with Israel, can see the professional benefit that it can have on them. And so in 2019, when there was a big BDS, boycott, divest, sanction movement at Cornell, at first I thought, how are we going to defeat this? The narrative is against us. We're outnumbered. Even at a school like Cornell, where over 20% of the student body is Jewish, we certainly felt outnumbered. But I thought, let's get student assembly members to actually meet an Israeli. Why speak to 19-year-olds? Speak to the head of Google, and let's have them speak with Bombardier. And so we ended up defeating the BDS resolution by one vote. And that one vote, I'm very blessed, is actually here tonight. And I was wondering if Grace Park can come and just share a quick word with us. Thank you, Grace.
Hello. Yes, so I was one of the swing votes at the Student Assembly. Yeah. So I grew up in a typical Asian American household with little to no knowledge of Judaism or anti-Semitism. And when I was forced to make a decision about BDS, I got to meet Adam, and I got to talk to so many other people and decided to vote against it. And I still stand by that decision today. And I had the honor to visit Israel in one of the trips that Adam runs yearly, and I also got to meet so many different mentors. I was also matched with a mentor when I was at Cornell, and I'm so honored to be here celebrating Adam, who made such an impact on me. And my stance against anti-Semitism. I stand with Israel, and thank you so much for bringing Adam here to celebrate him. Thank you.
So Grace Park is also very humble. Grace is a vice president at Goldman Sachs and has a high slope career trajectory. And Grace, we're very grateful for your support. Oh, thank you. So, to take this forward, many of us, in the room are Jews concerned about what we're seeing around not only college campuses, but in our own cities today. So, why is CYP important? How did I get involved with Rabbi and Rebbetzin Shmotkin? So on college, I just thought, the establishment Jewish community is the Hillel. And the Hillel's fantastic. But the student president of the Hillel at my university was pro-BDS. As shocking as that sounds, literally helped orchestrate a movement to boycott Israel. And I was told that, establishment Jewish community is a tent for all our people. Anti-Israel Jews, pro-Israel Jews, everyone together. I thought, this is bananas. So what I decided to do, I went to the Chabad. I thought maybe they're seeing things differently like I see it. Was going to Shabbat dinners at Cornell. That led me, the rabbi said, you're going to intern in New York, sophomore summer. You should meet Rabbi Shmotkin. We get together. We have an amazing meal. He invites me for Shabbat. And all of a sudden, I'm the son of a dentist in Canada. I'm like a nobody, and I'm the son of amazing parents, though. But this rabbi and the Rebbetzin are connecting me with people left and right. Brad Coleman's here. They said, meet Brad. He can help you get a job at Blackstone, and meet this one. I'm thinking, you don't understand. I'm a nobody, and all of a sudden, this random rabbi is inviting me to countless meals, asking me to learn, connecting me with partners at the best firms that I only would dream of working at. And this is what Rabbi and Rebbetzin Shmotkin do for every single person who's in their community. Think about it. It's a built-in family that wants to see their people succeed and teach them and build them into leaders. And that is so special. I have not found that anywhere else. It's unheard of. So when I moved to New York, I graduate college. I'm starting my first job at a firm called KKR. I was new to finance. I didn't grow up around it. I was going to be investing in real estate. And at the end of college, through all this Israel initiatives, I thought, okay, maybe I should start observing more Shabbat. It's in the Ten Commandments. I've enjoyed going to Shabbat dinners. It seems like a very holy mitzvah to do. But I was very nervous. Will I get fired if I tell my employer I'm going to observe Shabbat? I'd never done that before. Should I just keep it private? But what if they need me on a Friday night or a Saturday morning to do a model or a memo? And ultimately, what I decided to do was I called Rabbi Shmotkin. I said, I just moved into this apartment next door to KKR's office in Hudson Yards, and I need a mezuzah. So he comes over, COVID. I was watching the mainstream media, so I have my mask on. And obviously, Rabbi Shmotkin is, anti-establishment a little bit. And he's no mask. It's the heat of COVID. And he comes over, and he puts a mezuzah. And I say, Rabbi Shmotkin, I don't think I can keep Shabbat. I'll do it in 6 months. Let me just see how work goes. And Rabbi Shmotkin says, no, you have the inner strength. You can do it. I promise you. Okay, Rabbi Shmotkin. And the Friday comes along, we're working on Zoom, I'm in New York, and I'm working with a person who has a less Jewish-sounding name than even Sean McGuire, significantly. This person's from Virginia, his name is Eric Smith, he's does not look Jewish, and basically, Friday comes along, and he says, hey, Adam, I don't know how to say this, but, I observe this thing called the Sabbath. What are the odds? My senior associate who I'm working with, Wall Street, first job, the only investor at all of KKR globally, is Shomer Shabbat. And I was shocked. I said, wait, me too. And anyway, my parents, some of my friends, my loved ones thought, are you crazy? You're going to keep Shabbat? I said, no, my boss keeps it too. It's going to be great. Anyway, 6 months in, they see how hard I was working and long hours and all. Well, everyone here knows how Wall Street is. And now everyone says, well, thank God you had that 25 hours of rest. And I've kept it ever since then. And so, thank you. The message I want to parlay really to conclude is that even when you're in the most intense jobs at Palantir or at Goldman Sachs, Blackstone, or you're an entrepreneur, Shabbat has brought really the most amount of blessings to my life, and I think has very much propelled my career to where it is today. And thank you. Having a home like the one that Rabbi and Rebens and Schmotkin provide to the rising leaders of New York has really enabled me to have such a positive experience observing Shabbat in New York and beyond. And I'm so excited for their next chapter, really building this new home in West Chelsea that's going to serve as a real hub for the next leaders in finance, technology, and beyond in New York. And as we all know, people that come to New York don't stay in New York forever. We go to all different places, and I really feel just so blessed to receive this award. I'm excited for many more years of partnership with Chabad Young Professionals and with the tremendous Rabbi and Rebbetzin Schmotkin. So thank you so much.